So joining me today from California is Kofi Peprah. Now, Kofi is a board member of the African Communities Public Health Coalition, also known as the African Coalition. Kofi and the members of the African Coalition joined together almost 10 years ago in response to the growing challenges of mental illness in African communities here in the United States, and to the lack of cultural competent outreach and educational mental health services. Kofi, welcome to Brad Show Live. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Brad, for doing such a beautiful review of what we do.
Oh, thank you. Now, you are originally from Ghana, I understand. You're now living in California. Tell us about your immigration background.
Okay, I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. I moved to the United States in 2004 when I met my sweetheart who was studying at Ghana University. I was also working over there, and she said, "Hey, let's go to America." And I said, "All right, cool."
Why not, right?
Why not?
Why not?
So I moved here in 2004, and I've been living here since then.
Wonderful. And you got your green card through, I guess you married this woman, correct?
Yes, but it wasn't very easy because
why?
I came with the K1 visa where we give you like 3 months to get married. Right. After we get married, I got a conditional, and just to change to become permanent resident, there was some messed up application process, and it took me forever to get my permanent residence. So I have to see my Congress person, Adam Smith, in California for them to process my case for me. So it wasn't easy.
That's why guys like me exist. Other than that, I guess I would be selling apartments somewhere. And that's why this immigration show exists. You actually had to do 3 cases. You had to do a fiancé visa just to come to America. Then you had to do a 2-year conditional green card. And then you had to go get your permanent green card. And are you a citizen now?
Yes, I am.
So now that was the 4th case you had to do with immigration just to eventually become a citizen. It's not an easy process the way that obviously Donald Trump likes to make it out. And we were just looking, as you were telling us your immigration story, we were looking at some of the beautiful pictures of Ghana and Africa. Tell us a little bit about your country. It looks just absolutely stunning. Nothing like how Donald Trump describes it.
Yes, I teach at college, so I teach geography, so I will find students asking me about how is Ghana, how did you get here? And I'm like, no, Ghana, we have remote places and we have cities as well. So it's not like the Discovery Channel villages that we see on TV and stuff like that.
Right.
But there are Discovery Channel villages where we in the cities even see it on TV, just like everywhere you find remote places. But Ghana is, I heard yesterday that it's going to be becoming the fastest growing economy in the world in terms of about 8% growth rate. Because we found oil, and then we are basically involved in export of cocoa, chocolate, all the chocolate that you guys eat here. Bulk of the raw beans come from Ghana, and so Ghana is a very rich country.
It's very interesting because you say we have rural areas, we have cities, and it's similar here in America. I mean, you're out in California, most likely cosmopolitan area. We're in New York City. What you see here in New York City, what you see here in California, parts of the United States are very rural, and you wouldn't, and even you would go to parts of the United States and say, wow, it doesn't even look like it's 2018 here. And I guess so I mean, you can describe those areas not only here in the United States, but in Africa, Asia, Europe, all over.
Yes, exactly. And even if you leave the countryside, you go to places, you find all these trash there, you find all these abandoned cars sitting in people's neighborhoods. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this America? So it's like everywhere you find poverty, you're most likely going to find depressed environment. And it's not everywhere that is poor and stuff like that. And so if the president could keep using those terms, like, why are you bringing these people over here? It breaks my heart, it shows a sign of ignorance. If he's ever been to anywhere beside America, I don't know where he's been to, but if he really traveled to all these places, you see they are beautiful places that he can just ignore it and think that put everybody in one case and say, from Africa, you are poor, depressed, we don't need you in America.
You're very wrong. You're 100% right. I couldn't say it any better. Now, you are not only a professor of geography, you are also started this coalition that helps Africans to adjust to life here in America, and also helps them if they have some sort of mental illnesses or depression or anxiety over whatever may be troubling them in life. How did you go from geography professional or a geography expert, because that's what you teach in a university? How'd you go from expertise in geography to recognizing that there's this need and starting basically a coalition that helps people with mental illness?
So that's a very good question. Geography is about spatial organization of things on the Earth's surface. So we look at where and why things are where they are. And so I was in graduate school in UC San Francisco studying global health. And when I came back to Los Angeles, my wife was, she's a psychologist. She was working with some,
I see.
She was working with some group from Ethiopia. And she's like, look, these African groups are really helping out. So go check it out. When I went, I saw that, wow, there's a need for helping people who are experiencing mental health challenges in California. So I joined it, and then we incorporated it. So what we were doing is go to the community, talk to them about the services that are available and why they should not just keep the mental health issues to themselves. Because, in Africa, if somebody has mental health issues, there's a lot of superstitions about it. Some might think, oh, you've been cursed, or
or if you go see a psychiatrist, they think that they must be crazy.
They must be crazy. They use the term crazy.
Right.
And so nobody wants them to be crazy.
Right.
But our aim is to tell them that the mind can also get sick. Just like your body can get sick, your leg can get sick, your tummy can get sick. And so you seek support. And so what happened is that we got Department of Mental Health in LA to help support us. So we're doing outreach. And so through the outreach, we found out that the main key that is giving a lot of people mental health issues were immigration. Because a lot of Africans came, some of them came as refugees, some of them came as students whose visa expired, some got married, and then their marriage got, dissolved, and they don't know what to do. And so there was a lot of challenges over there. So we incorporated the immigration services to help people.
What is the most important information that you think that people who immigrate from Africa need to know, that the information that you're imparting on them?
I think what we want them to know is that there are services available for any mental health challenges people have, and that if you have mental health issues, doesn't mean that you are condemned and stuff like that, or you can function in society, because there's a lot of services there. And African Coalition, we have well-trained Africans from all over. So we have mental health psychologists from every African community who will provide culturally appropriate services to you, talk to you in your own language, let them know, let you know that, hey, you are not alone, and that we understand your case and stuff like that.
So when you go out and do this outreach, how do people know to find you? You go to the churches or the mosques or the community centers, and what do? You give a presentation, say, hey, come to our organization, or you do the outreach right there on the spot? How does this all work? If I'm an immigrant from Africa, how do I find out about you? And take me through the process of of how you're getting them for the help that they need.
So what we do, like you said, we do outreach programs, and we train community advocates. We have a group from Sierra Leone. We're training people from Sierra Leone, Guinea, Liberia, and they are like our source of, they are that link into the community. And so they will refer us to people there. They will tell them, hey, this guy is having this challenge. Sometimes we call in, or sometimes they refer them to our office and stuff like that. And then when we go for outreach programs, like you can see in the picture here, we were holding an African Leadership Conference where the leaders from various communities, we brought them to our office where we talk about what we provide, and they are the link to the community, and they will be the one referring people to us and stuff like that. So usually we target the leaders.
Right.
So then we go to churches, we go to the mosque, So that we go to the little restaurant, then we leave our flyers, then we talk to the restaurant manager or the director or whoever is there, like, hey, this is what we are doing. If any of your people come with issues, just refer them to us. And we have links to all the major service providers in the community where we make referrals. For example, last 2 days we got somebody from Haiti. Somebody called from
So
we don't even know where.
So this
Yeah.
doesn't. This could be immigrants from, I guess, presumably anywhere in the world. Although you are concentrating on people who come from Africa, you're going into those communities. But it literally could be you could help anybody.
It could be anybody. Anybody. Beginning. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes. Beginning. We are more like, hey, why don't we help our people? And then while we are helping, we find other people also coming in from Haiti, mostly from Black Africa, from the Caribbeans, everybody coming over to say, hey, we need help. 2 days ago, we got somebody calling that there's a guy from Haiti who's being released from prison, and that they feel like he has some mental health issues. So what we're going to do, they refer that person to us, and we're able to connect the person to other service providers in the community who help him.
Now, on your Instagram account for the African Coalition, you have a lot of gripping messages there about mental health. Would you like to talk about a few of them? I'm going to read a few here that we grabbed off your Instagram account. One says, "Not all wounds are visible." Another one says, "Black people are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems." Another one says self-love. And another one says, "How do you help someone with depression?" Do you want to talk about this, and where did these messages come from, and is this, tell us a little bit more about this.
So yeah, these are very important things. This is not like something we just got out of nowhere. It is like a lot of Africans, especially immigrants from Africa, are walking around, and if you go close to them and talk to them, a lot have a lot of mental health issues in terms of, where do we go? I'm having an issue at my job. I'm being discriminated against. I feel like because I'm from Africa, I have an accent, so they underestimate me. And I'm just tired of that. What do I do? And stuff like that. And we provide them with counseling that, look, it's not you only. Everybody go through those problems, but we can help you out. You have to talk out your issues, and we find somebody who speak the language, who understand them, to be able to establish rapport with them and talk and stuff like that. And just like I said, because Africa in America, they group us all together as blacks,
Right.
But the point is that, yes, we are all blacks, but Africans from the continent have a unique problem compared to the African American born here, because if most Africans from back home may have immigration issues, African Americans don't have that issues, right? If they have some kind of discrimination against even just speaking, like, hey, where you from? No matter what, I say I've been here since 2004. I'm a full-blown American. Every time they still ask me, where are you from?
Right.
Even if I tell them, what do you mean by where you from? They say, oh, where you actually born? I'm like, okay, but what are you actually born? They're like, oh, I'm born in California. I'm like, where did your great grandfather came from? Okay, I'm Irish. It's like, at what point in time will you become African? Oh, sorry, will you become American? Right? And a lot of people are contributing to this society, but yet they still feel like they are not being integrated into the society, causing a lot of mental health problems. So our point is, how do you help such a person if you don't understand their culture, if you don't understand where they're coming from, if you don't understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just listening to what you're doing. It's like actually unbelievable. The more you think about it, from my perspective, I help people get green cards. I help them get here. I make them legal. But then I don't see what happens after. How do they assimilate? How do they make it their, on their day-to-day basis? And that's where you come in and your organization comes in. And I'll say this, another thing. Just because you need to see someone for mental health issues, to me, it's like going to the gym to work out your body. Almost every person, and I've never met a person who could not probably benefit. no matter whether they were born in America, they were born in another country, no matter what their immigration status is. I've never met a human being who probably couldn't benefit from having at least some sort of mental health counseling. It's just, it's like working out in a gym, your muscles, you got to work out your mind as well. It always feels good to talk to someone, make sure you're on the right track. It doesn't make you crazy. It doesn't mean that they're going to give you a pill because you have anxiety or depression. Just sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, and certainly help you make your way through life. And certainly what you're doing is beyond admirable and amazing. Are you just in California? Or are there other groups that you're associated with outside of California?
Most of our clients are in California, Los Angeles, and then we have some from San Diego, and we have an attorney, like pro bono attorney in New York, where so that he calls in and talk to us and give us information about DACA, especially DACA, about TPS, about all the immigration challenges going on. So we do that, and we inform the African population about the nature of the law now, what is happening, what is the challenge right here, and this is the board membership. As you can find in the picture, these are the board members. So we are more like advocate as well as providing direct services to the African population.
Well, it's fantastic what you do. How can people find out more about your organization, especially if they're in the LA, California area?
Well, you can come to our office location. We are on Stocker, and we are Stocker between Stocker and Crenshaw. And there are some 3 buildings right there. They are the only brick buildings in Crenshaw. We are the second. We are from the bottom, the second building there. Or you can go online and look for www.africancoalition.org, and all the information you're looking for there.
Well, Kofi, Peprah, that's amazing. All of these services you do for free. You get funded by the county of Los Angeles, I assume. And what you're doing to help people, you're really making a difference. And a fantastic job. And of course, thank you for your time and coming on our show.
Thank you for the interview. And tell everybody we are here to help. And so if anybody from Africa who have issues in California, at least that's what we can do to help them integrate.
And we're here to help too. That's why we're spreading your word. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.